Howdy, folks. Dr. Ed here with Total Body Healthcare, and I've got your Whiteboard Wednesday thought of the week. Last week, we started our journey talking about the different sections of the spine and the nervous system divisions that are controlled in those sections. We talked about the cervical spine last week and the neck, in other words, the most important part of it, in my opinion, and the parts of the nervous system that are in there. This week, I want to move down to the thoracic spine, what is commonly referred to as your mid-back. There's 12 vertebrae contained in there. Each of those 12 vertebrae have a rib attached to it around behind on either side of it, a left and right rib. Those ribs, of course, come around and attach to your sternum. That makes up your rib cage. The rib cage is kind of important because it protects all of your major organs in there. It's all part of God's brilliant design, the way He built our bodies. Those ribs protect those organs. Because of the attachment of the ribs in back and on front, the thoracic spine has the least amount of mobility as far as your overall spine is concerned. However, there are still some issues that can come into play when the thoracic spine is subluxated. One of the more painful ones that I see in the office a lot is where the ribs attach to the vertebra. That part of the rib is called the rib head, and when a rib head subluxates with the vertebra, it's usually quite painful. A lot of patients describe it as almost like a knife stabbing type pain right in that spot when they breathe in. Other than that, the thoracic spine is where I get a lot of the questions about chiropractic adjustments helping different seemingly non-spine related issues. They'll say things like, Dr. Ed, I've been coming in the office because my neck was hurting and it's feeling great, but I've also noticed that since you've been adjusting me, I haven't had any acid reflux. Or they'll say things like, I'm breathing better, or I don't burp as much after I eat dinner. All of that's because we're clearing out the interference that's on the nervous system in the thoracic spine, clearing out that interference, allowing the brain and those body parts to better communicate. Therefore, it's restoring function to a more normal range of function. So, again, the thoracic spine is where we get a lot of the non-spine related issues clearing up, which is kind of a cool thing. It does have a curve to it when you're looking at somebody from the spine. That hump that we have, that's called your kyphotic curve. That develops actually as a fetus when you're in your mother's womb, when you're down in the fetal position. It's an important part of it. The thoracic spine is also the area of the spine that's greatly affected by our posture. So when our mom used to tell us to stand up straighter, it's because our thoracic spine was weak. Workstation ergonomics is an important consideration when you're thinking about the thoracic spine. Sitting upright at your workstation, make sure you have good posture there. I'm Dr. Ed with Total Body Healthcare. There's your Whiteboard Wednesday thought of the week.